I like that. Daddy G.
What about Michael? Why does he come to Earth? We sort of hear him say that he kind of wants to take over Lucifer's life. He wants all of his things, but kind of walk me through, like, what are his intentions?
I don't think we can say now. I don't think that we can say. Michael has an agenda, and it's going to take us a little while before we realize what his agenda really is. But his agenda is extremely dangerous, and it's going to take the entire family to disrupt Michael's agenda.
Okay, fair. Aimee, you want to add anything?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay, how about this? How does Michael affect Decker's star? And are there any moments between Chloe and Michael that would have Lucifer perhaps not very happy?
How much fun would a show like ours be if that hypothetically wasn't explored hypothetically?
Well, okay, this was a fan question. Like, I thought it was brilliant, but a fan literally said, if Chloe and Michael kiss, how will Lucifer react?
I can honestly say that if Chloe and Michael kissed, you would probably, I would imagine, Lucifer would be quite upset.
So does it happen?
You know, you're just gonna have to watch.
If it did happen, big if, let's just say it would be scorched earth, because
Yes.
the devil can do that.
Okay, that's fair. How does being in hell affect real Lucifer?
Well, we all know that time is strange down in hell. So I think, you know, fans should keep in mind that, you know, when Lucifer comes back, for him, hundreds of years have passed, I believe. And so being down in hell for that long, I think can really, really affect a person. And it's affected him. It's affected him. When we finally do see him again, it's going to take him some time to repair some of these relationships.
Exactly. It's almost like someone coming back from war for a long time. There is, I think, going to be some, you know, it's a little traumatic for him, and there might be some PTSD that he has to deal with and grapple with, because hell is hell.
Speaking of relationships, let's talk about your guys' characters. DB, starting with you, how is fatherhood for Amenadiel in season 5? And how are things, I mean, what's going on with him and Dr. Linda and co-parenting?
I think, you know, fatherhood is challenging Amenadiel. I think he, based on everything that happened where we left off, I think he's definitely become the biggest helicopter parent that we've ever saw in our lives. I just think he's really worried, on guard all the time.
Overprotective.
Overprotective. As far as Dr. Linda, I think that they're still trying to figure out how to do this co-parenting thing. I think most of the time they're on the same page. Sometimes they're not. I think that their relationship to each other and with each other is complex, because as it is right now, it's not a romantic relationship. It started out that way, but it's not that way any longer. So I think they're trying to figure out exactly what they are to each other and what that means. I would like to add that there is a callback scene between Amenadiel and Maze that I think the fans are gonna love. And Leslie Ann and I loved doing it, but that's all I can say. I just want to say it's probably a callback scene to the first season and the first time that we saw Amenadiel and Maze in a scene together.
Okay, I feel like that's gonna have all the fans right now a little bit freaking out.
I think so. Yeah.
Is there any romance for Ella in 5A, like in the first part of this season?
Ella definitely gets some.
Woo!
Finally, we're just very excited. We like watching everyone else get some. Well, except for her little thing with Dan. But
Yeah.
yes, Ella definitely gets some. We are going to see our nerdy, clueless, innocent, optimistic, goofy character, the happiest we've ever seen her, and the most lost we've ever seen her. There's a particular scene that was really uncomfortable for people to watch and really uncomfortable to shoot. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the writers wrote this scene for a character that's just been really consistent despite her, loss of faith and crisis of faith, but she always comes back. We're gonna see Ella. In fact, one of the darkest scenes we've ever done in all 5 years will be an episode that involves Ella.
When you say that, I think of assault. Is that something that's explored, covered this season?
Possibly. It's
wow.
it's really sad. It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah. How does that affect Ella, if you can even?
Ella has a really strong heart, I think, but we don't really see how sensitive she is. You take away her voice and her ability to be her goofy self. It's tough because here's this character who never had a love interest, who never cared what people think, who was super nerdy, who was just in her own lane, who was a girl in STEM. She's like this woman of color in the sciences. Ella doesn't lead with her sexuality analysis, so she just leads with her brain and her heart. And so to have such a self-confident character have their world crumbled because of choices that she thinks she makes, we're going to start to see this little angel of a human wonder if she's a bad person, which is like so heartbreaking. And the little thing I'll say, she may or may not have a scene with a really big celestial character and be like, I'm a bad person. It's just like, oh. So, yeah, the fans will have a little roller coaster ride with the bubbly girl in the most unbubbly situation.
Is there a major cliffhanger in 5A before we get 5B that we should?
Yes, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It might be. I think it might be the best one that we've ever done.
Wow.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
So we're going to be freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, because I think the fans are going to go, are you serious right now? You just ended it right there?
Yeah.
And they're going to have to wait. So that's how you know a cliffhanger is really successful is the anger level that that people are going to have. But it's a good type of anger.
Is there a specific part of the trailer that fans should pay extra attention to if they want a hint about anything major? Because they're going to go back and watch for that part if you guys think.
Yeah.
I know. That's
what I might just say rewatch the trailer and just pay attention to Chloe.
Oh.
Because I think that there's a moment in there I think that might be a little revealing. It goes by fast. It's small. It's really small. But if you break it down, you might be able to at least take a guess about something. I don't know if you'll get it, but you might be in the vicinity.
That's what I'm going to do right after this. Before I let you go, is there a favorite moment of 5A that you guys are most excited for fans to see?
Yes, there's a favorite moment. There's going to be an absolutely epic fight scene. I don't think that's blowing anything, but there's going to be an epic fight scene, and what happens at the end of that epic fight scene is, I think, my favorite moment of 5A.
Okay. All right. Aimee?
I will say some of my favorite scenes this season are actually between DB and Rachel because they're hysterical. For me, 5A. I think it is that cliffhanger episode, because I get to do things on the show that I've never done before, and which is very scary for me, just personally as an actor. So for me, I think it was, I think it's that last episode where, I mean, girl, I do not look cute. It's like double chin happening. I completely surrendered to, like, you know, I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. And it was really vulnerable because it wasn't like my safe Ella zone. So for me, that's my favorite. My favorite scene is you don't know what you're made of until you're put into certain situations. And we get to see what Ella's character is made of when she's put in a really, really dangerous situation.